We back. It looks like it's strong now. Looks like it's a lot stronger now. All right, just trying something really quick here. What does this do if I send this? Absolutely nothing. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say we can pack as many phases as you want. All right, we're about to get this shit rolling. Don't worry. All right. Let's see if this works over here. Online, it tells me if I just do that. No, that doesn't do anything. Commands. Search commands. I would like to search that command. If somebody has a good way to do a poll in the chat, that would be epic. Possible parameters, new results. That's funny. Okay. All right, we're gonna figure this out. Don't worry, guys. Pulls in YouTube mobile app. Not sure how that works. First off, restrictions list. Okay. About his retry and try again. Okay, we'll come back to the poll thing when it gets down to the time to do it. All right, let's talk restrictions. Let's talk qualifications first. All right, qualifications. Koala vocations. Koalifications. Today's word, boys and girls, is koalifications. I'd love to hear you guys' ideas. How would you like to qualify the mode? Playing all of the multi-balls and start it at the cabin lock, okay? All of the multi-balls. So that would be boomstick. Oh, that's kind of cool because we don't have like boomstick really advancing towards anything for any sort of reason. Californication. Let me see if I have a darker pen. More qualification has to be some significant build up to that. Book holds during hero. But not enough people get to hero. Not enough people get to hero from the sky. Lock both shells and to begin boomstick. 3 boomstick multi-balls. Since hero leads to Army of Darkness anyways, which is where the quote comes from. Right now, doing all 4 stackable multi-balls doesn't do jack or shit. And Jack just left town. I'm digging the multi-ball idea. Okay, we're gonna jot down multi-balls. It's not final. We're just gonna jot it down as the current favorite because I've seen a few people kind of take to that. All multi-balls. All right. So all multi-balls. So that would be boomstick. That would be the Deadites. Double Deadite multi-ball and Deadite Frenzy. That would be, are we counting the multi-balls in the base modes? Probably not, right? Probably not. So boomstick, both Deadites, cabin. You could do, The thing is, in this game, yeah, we have so many multi-balls, actually, now that I'm thinking about it out loud. Because Henrietta and Cheryl are both multi-balls. So it could be those two as well. Weak penning. It's getting remedied. That's all 4. I don't hate that idea. That's a pretty good one overall. Let's see what we can pull up over here. Yeah, that's too scary. We're not going to do it that way. I agree with getting a super in each multi-ball. That makes it more challenging. I like super too. We did that in Halloween. So we did each super jackpot in Halloween. It's very hard, but it's very fun. It's very fun. I don't know that we technically have a super jackpot in each multi-ball though. Like does Boomstick multi-ball have a super jackpot? I don't think it does. Mirror, mirror, then this mode. You got a darker dry erase marker?
Where?
I didn't know if we had any.
I don't own any, no.
Oh, okay. I wonder if Sharpies work on this. I mean, it's going to ruin it, but I don't really care. Yeah, I think I can make that work. If I just have some Windex and a paper towel, right? I think it's good. Thanks. That'll ruin it. That's okay. As we ink in final ideas, we will use the darker Sharpie. Let's go. Boomstick, if you hit a second stellar shot. Yeah, I was going to say, there's the Add-A-Ball in Boomstick, which is really good. There's the Add-A-Ball. That's pretty good. Let me, here, I got a better idea for how we can jot this stuff down, guys. Hail to the king. All right. Here's what we're going to do. Let's move me down here. And do this way. All right. Now I can get comfortable. We can just chill. All right. This is much better. All right, let's do it this way. Hail to the king. Get my phone set out so I can read chat. Hail to the Franchi multi-ball. Trying to get a place to put this. If I just get this flatter, I can set it there. There we go. All right, we're cooking now. All right. Qualifications. Our current favorite ideas. Every multi-ball with super jackpots, question mark. We've got, let's make this text bigger. This is not going to be the most enjoyable stream to watch, but man, it's going to be cool if this actually works. Every multi-ball with super jackpots. We've got, was there any other like really good idea that people liked? 3 modes, 3 boomsticks to qualify. I don't know if I like that one too much. I did like completing both films. So like you beat all of movie 1 modes and all of movie 2. I realize, of course, that means you're going to go into a wizard mode at the end of each of those, but I do kind of like that. Sanity related. Beat video mode 4 times. I still think it starts with the cabin lock once you qualify. I think we could do that. It'd be a cool idea. Holds and hero was an idea. It's too hard. I do kind of like D Party 4. Passive, pops, slings, ramps, etc. Killing all the deadites. Total number of deadite hits. Like to the pop-ups. Yeah, because that'd be cool, because in the double deadite multi-balls you could count towards that. In Hello Lover you could count towards that. We popped the deadites up a lot. I actually really like that idea. That's really cool. When we're done with this, we're going to find a lot of things that are totally not going to work about it. Like Ben's pointing out, like, are you starting with the cabin lock? What if a ball is already in there? Got to consider that. Yep, we do have to consider that. All right, here's what we're going to narrow it down to. We're either going to do every multi-ball with super jackpots, or we're going to do total number of deadite hits. We're going to do one of those two. Ben, can you track total number of deadite hits? Don't start like voting in the chat yet. Don't start voting in chat yet. Ben, can you track total number of deadite hits relative, like, is that feasible? Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, you kill 100 deadites. I mean, hail to the king, baby. Like, you're freaking awesome, you know? That's a pretty cool one. Whose idea was that? Was that D Party? That was Skeleton Rocco. Okay, Ben says sure thing. All right. In the chat, start letting us know. What do you think's better, guys? Do you like every multi-ball with or without super jackpots? We can determine that later. Every multi-ball or the deadites? Total number of deadites, the pop-up deadites, hit and killed, or playing every multi-ball related? What do you guys think? Let us know in chat. Despite hits gets my vote. Multi-ball. Multi-ball, deadites, deadites, multi-ball, deadite, 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 multi-ball, deadites. My personal vote is deadites as well. I do like the deadite, deadites, multi-balls unbiased, deadites. YouTube poll. How can I do a YouTube poll? How do I do that? I think deadites is winning. Deadites is winning. So I think we're going to go deadites. All right. So the qualification for our wizard mode is X number of total deadite hits across the game. And that's our qualification. Yeah, Discord. We'll do the next poll in Discord. We'll do it that way, guys. I will post a link to the Discord in case you are not in there. in chat, and hopefully I can pin that in some way. If you're not in Discord, go ahead and follow that link I put in chat. You can put a counter that's always visible. Oh yeah, that's a good idea too. We'll make a little subsection here for like general notes too. Add a visible counter. Yeah, because we'll want to make some graphics for this probably. Like every milestone would be nice if every 25 deadites you've killed, we have a splash screen for that. That would be cool. Splash screen at every 25 kills. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that a lot. Agreed. Need a counter. No, Ben says not a good idea to have a counter. I don't know. It doesn't maybe need to be permanent, Ben. We could just splash it up after they hit like every 25 or so. We can't muck up the main displays. Yeah, Ben, that's fine. We can work around that. Can't see the Discord link. Here, let me cover my screen here just in case. I know where to find it. Discord. Okay. I got the Discord link like permanently pasted in the chat so you guys can accurately vote on the next polls. That'd be great. All right. I am a human. I am a human. How about just did I head? Oh, that's not the right one. Fuck's sake. Okay, here we go. All right. And then how can I pin that message? Here we go. Pin message. Message pinned. Okay, the Discord link is pinned to the top. So now you guys... Yeah. Ben, don't get too hung up on stuff. Don't get too hung up on stuff. We'll refine and tweak everything so it actually works and is good later, man. Ben's brain is firing at all freaking cylinders right now. No doubt about it. Love you, dude. All right. Let's get back to it. All right, so we know the qualification. We're going to do deadite hits. We're going to do that. Okay. Hey, guys, what's this mode going to be? All right. What are we doing in this actual mode itself here? The general direction I kind of had in my head was something very montagey that is like a celebration of just Ash in general. Just montage of him doing cool shit. We'll put all the most iconic clips with the best quotes, everything there. Really quick, let's talk restrictions though. Here's the restrictions we are facing. Number one. Movie 1 restrictions. What we have is we cannot show in film clips. We cannot. We'll just write down no book / no dagger. We cannot show the book or the dagger from movie 1. I don't know if you guys have ever noticed that. We never show them. Even in the Destroy the Book wizard mode, we do artwork of the book from movie 2 and the dagger from movie 2. Don't ask me why. Can't really say. But that's one of the restrictions. Is movie 1, no book, no dagger. But we can show everything else. We can show every actor, every scene, every bit of dialogue, everything from movie 1. Movie 2, our restriction is that we can't show human characters outside of Ash. So that's why you don't see the other survivors and characters from that movie pretty much ever in any of the clips. We can't show them. All we can show in movie 2 is Ash and the Deadites. But we can show anything else too. We can show the book, the dagger, the car, everything. We can show absolutely everything in movie 2 except for other actors. So that is the restriction for movie 2. No book, no dagger. Movie 1. No humans. Movie 2. And then we also have some score restrictions with, we don't have the rights to the film score, but we found some very effective ways to just remove it from the scenes and the clips and everything. Sometimes we struggle with it pretty bad, but in most cases we're pretty good at getting away with removing it. But that's it. Oh, and no tree rape. No mean trees. Make that green. All right. No mean trees. That's the restriction. All right. Let's start jotting down some ideas. All right. Good old reliable J. Camp Sullivan, extremely productive with stuff. What about Army of Darkness? Can you use their voice clips? Army is a separate license. So we have book and such from movie 2 and humans from movie 1. That is correct. Yeah, we had Bruce re-record Who's Laughing Now. He did great. Yeah, he crushed that. Yep. What about nice trees? How about an angry bush? You guys. You guys are monsters. You know that? Okay, so knowing those restrictions, that's where I was saying like General Ash montage is pretty cool. Like we could probably do something like that. But I would love to hear some cooler ideas about what this mode is about or what the shots are in it, of course. Maybe I can pull the playfield up on the side. That would be kind of nice. Let's try that real quick. I'll have the playfield pulled up in the side so you guys can see that and kind of brainstorm some stuff while we're in here. I'll know in a second if that looks any good or not. They trimmed the bushes. Can you show illustrated versions of other characters' lookalikes? No, we cannot. Ash making chainsaw arm hit spinner. To hit all the notes of both movies in one wizard mode, I think. Yeah, so there's nothing stopping us from using both movies. One single roving active mech that acts like the sanity mode. Qualify it, then hit it for big points or a multiplier. Multiple times and hit the action button to fire repeatedly at deadites. Hit the shells. I don't know what that noise was, but it was very alarming. Are there any current modes where amount of flippers are allowed yet? No. We don't have a current mode with total number of flipper counts yet, I don't believe. The overhead playfield camera. That's super funny. Let's turn it off. I like that a lot. Let's jot down that as a cool note. Total number of flipper hits. Camera has AIDS. I have a backup battery. It's okay. I'll get it plugged in a second. I learned from the last time. I have backups now. Imagine that. Must lock balls in every physical lock. Okay, so every physical lock would equal a few things. Let's jot that down. Every physical lock, the hands, deadites, and cabin need to be involved, along with the lower playfield, the chainsaw spinner. Yeah, deadites popping up. That's a good point. That's a good note you have there, Hunter, is when you have like a qualification related to a mode, it's usually kind of a good idea to relate that into the actual mode then after that. Wow, I think this camera might just be actually ruined, like forever. That's too bad. It's not even closing. How weird. If we did every physical lock, Linda Scoop has to be last. Yep, that's noted. We could do a call of some sort for clearing balls that are already physically locked. Oh, Arkham, what a good idea. You're building up Ash being a badass. First stage, he's a pushover with the bookshelf falling on him, then building your chainsaw and boomstick in the shed, then fighting deadites with his kills. Oh, I love that. That's a good narrative. We're going to make a separate category for narrative, I think. These two things are going to kind of coincide. Ash being a pushover, turning to badass. We could go on the whole journey of making Ash into a badass. That's a great idea. That's a solid one, dude. We can have a badass meter. Oh, yes. Yeah, everybody's on board with that. That's freaking cool, dude. Okay. So we start off, yeah, because he gets his ass kicked for like all of movie one practically. That's like most of what he spends his time doing in movie one is just getting his butt whooped. Okay. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Solid. Okay. Do we need to vote? Do you guys even think we need to vote on that, or do we all kind of agree? We're doing so great, you guys. Pats us all on back, right? Def agreed on that front. Okay. Okay, so it's official. Official. Ash being a pushover, turning into a badass. Need a badass meter. We need a badass meter. Okay. So the goal, you start off being a pushover, you're going to get to badass. So we're going to utilize clips from movie one. So pretty much all of movie one is him getting his butt whooped. I mean, I don't think there's... In movie one, all right, let's get into this deal of this now. So, because Scotty does like most of the work. I mean, look at him. Look at Ash back there. For most of the movie, it's not until Scotty dies that he like starts having to really do stuff. I mean, yeah, because he doesn't saw her up, buries her. It's actually been a minute since I've watched this. Yeah, he's screaming, he's terrified. I mean, he barely gets out this first movie. Ash hole meter. Make an ash hole meter. Okay. So he destroys the book. They all turn into goopy, messy business. And then yeah, we just get blasted. Okay. So we're thinking probably 2 phases then. Phase 1 is movie 1 practically. So phase 1, the first... Wow, the weather outside is crazy. That was really creepy actually. So phase 1... Phase 1 equals movie 1. And then phase 2 will equal movie 2. Okay. So 2 phases to this mode. At what point, I don't want to just do phase 1, he is a loser, phase 2, he's awesome, right? I kind of want to go beyond that. Like, if there could be a phase 3, that would be great. What could phase 3 be, guys? More gore in the game? Yeah, me too. What, okay, so we know phase 2 is him starting to get like really badass, right? Let's go to movie 2. So, because in movie 2, I mean, even by like this point, he's pretty cool. Like he's giving it his all. Like he's fighting back. He's not like being a giant pussy, you know. And then by the time, so these guys all show up. Yeah, is phase 3 like a frenzy massacre? Turns evil, goes downstairs, we fight Henrietta, she gets killed, sucked into the portal, right? So, can I just play this in the background with no sound? There we go. Okay, what do we got for ideas in phase 3? Phase 3 is maybe just victory laps mode that's timed for points. Phase 3 is victory and Ash killing everything because he is super badass. Phase 3 is revenge. Phase 3 is when he's badass and killing stuff. Okay, so phase 2 is more of the build-up. Phase 2 is more of the build-up. And then phase 3 when he's actually cool. Phase 3 is timed in limited number of flips. Okay, interesting. Okay. Okay, so everybody seems on board that phase 3 is the badass, like, frenzy of it. Go down to the cellar. Okay, so we're all in general agreement on the narrative, or the general setup of the rules. Phase 3 equals killing frenzy of bad assery. Okay, let's delete these notes. So this is the general setup to the rules. Is phase 1 is movie 1 being a wuss. Phase 2 is half of movie 2. And we're determining like post shotgun saw off pretty much. The wimp, the man, the king. Oh, that's cool. The wimp, the man, the king. The good, the bad, and the ugly. The wimp, the man, the king. The wimp, the man, the king. That's great. Phase 2, leading to groovy. Right. Yeah. And then post groovy. Oh, we need to do like a huge freaking build up at groovy. I want to do just a monstrous like rumbly because we don't do that in the game. We have groovy, of course. We have the groovy targets. You hit them, and every time you hit it, it's like a little cut, like a little zzz, 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 and then he says groovy. But we don't have like a big frickin' stinking build-up that goes to anything super crazy. So when we get to groovy, we're gonna do it. We need moments too. I'd love to choreograph some of the moments. Moments. Huge build-up at groovy. I want to make your game frickin' break. Yeah, you need more groovy. Yeah. And we could maybe tie in the groovy targets. Oh, that could be a good part of that phase, is you have to spell the groovy targets to end phase 2, and then we can do a big build-up from there. Yeah, so we have, that's a good point, Ben. So you have to stop the ball when you're doing moments. You don't really want to do like the world's biggest, craziest moment, like while you're flipping around and focusing on draining. Go to black, we hear groovy. Nice and bassy, then crazy light show. That's kind of cool, yeah. Yeah, spell groovy, hit spinner, hit seller. Okay. So can we, let's Discord, I want to Discord pull this. Does phase 2 end with groovy build up? Yes. No. Duration is an hour. Post. All right, first poll is up in the Discord chat. First poll is up in Discord. Okay, so we're all set on phase 1, 2, and 3 of this mode. We need to start figuring out, okay, what are we actually doing though? Like, what are we actually shooting? Like, you know, we can come up with the cool endings for each of them. That's kind of a good way, like, we could write the ending and then let's figure out how we build up to that. A good way to do that could be, maybe we need to look at some movie footage and just think, look at what some good clips are and what we can interact shots with those clips to lead to these like endings. I'm really trying to, I really want to get this back to you guys more. I feel like I'm having a bit too much of the input. I want to revoke that from myself, but I also have to talk. So this is like ongoing. Okay, so yeah, it's the answer yes is winning in the polls, but yeah, nobody's voted no. Yeah, it's all yeses all around. So that's cool. All right, guys, let's lock in a little bit. How do we want phase 1 to be? How can we look at this layout? Like, how can we incorporate the idea of being a wimp in the gameplay? Try and think about that. I'm going to do a little bit of doodaddery setup stuff here. I want you guys to think, in what way with these shots, with this layout, can we make the idea of being a wimp tied into it? Think about that while I do this for a second here. I might have to throw a jacket on. It's freezing in this room. This part of my house isn't heated. It's probably why my camera equipment doesn't always work. How can you be a wimp? I feel like, I mean, the great thing with this game is all the mechanisms that we can just berate you with just ruthlessly, you know? Like, they can always be doing something to just mess with you. All right. Okay, I'm seeing pop bumpers as him getting knocked around. Wimp phase hitting easy shots. A wimp would have to hit multiple shots and mechs to make progression. Shots throwing the ball back at the player and not counting. Yeah, it's kind of something I had in my mind too, is like, how can we block a lot of the playfield? Here, let me focus in on the layout for a second here. Let's turn off these. Let's focus in just on this for a second here. So, you know, if you're a wuss, right, like if this game's gonna actually kick your ass, we have a lot in here that fights back at you. We can have both Deadites up at the same time and Cheryl targets up at the same time. We can have this up so that it's a scoop. So when you shoot in there, it's a scoop. And we can keep the drop targets reset. And we can also have the pops count. And if you hit this orbit, we could probably catch it with a magnet even. So in that way, you can kind of make this layout seem like it's really fighting back at you, right? Yeah, have Deadites up. Oh, that's a good idea too. Avoid scary things. You could do it that way too. Yeah. So what we could do, Bozo the Clown, force player to avoid scary things like Deadites. Yeah, that's cool. So you can have Deadites popping up, like here, both Deadites pop up, right? And you want to hit shots around them. So pro shots would be if you could hit the shotgun shells. Let's say not the pops because of those. You could have it be ramps, you could have it be the spinner, not the captive ball, because you don't want, because the captive ball is Necronomicon. The captive ball is the Necronomicon, so that would be scary. You wouldn't want to hit that. Okay, I kind of like that idea. Let's jot down a couple of these just real quick here. Let's just take some quick notes here. So, avoid scary shots or have shots fight back, which was the idea of, you know, having everything popped up so it's knocking back at you, right? Still watching movie 2 over here. Okay. What's chat saying over here? I got to catch up in chat. Sorry, I want to read your messages. Force player to avoid scary. Okay, so that was there. It's the possessed voice processor. No, you're distracted. Maybe try and run away and hide. Avoid certain shots. He's scared and weak, and do avoiding and run away shots while getting knocked around. Make the flippers feel like earlier JJP. Wimp can't hit hard. Wimp is a lot of hiding. You have to avoid the deadites, but also take a beating from the playfield while running away. Wimp by Linda keeps pulling on his heartstrings and lighting wrong shots. Fun idea to have deadites up and have to avoid. Bro, how am I getting ignored and copied at the same time? Oh, John, I'm sorry. I don't know what you mean. I'm sorry if I miss anything. God, I'm sorry if somebody comments your idea like later after the fact and that's the one I see. I'm sorry. It's really hard to keep up with the chat, especially while like talking and having the ideas. So, you know. Besides, this is community. No one person's getting any credit for all of this. This is community. This is everybody. Groovy flippers on its own to add to the chaos. Oh, wow, that's a cool idea. The groovy flipper flips on its own to add to the chaos. How freaking neat is that? We're going to jot that one down. Maybe that's not in this phase. But let's just remember that because that's a really cool idea. Sorry, I'm still catching up with chat. Hit other shots to drop deadites, then hide. Okay, a lot of people are mentioning hiding. There's a lot of people mentioning like hiding. Guys, it's so cold in here. I might have to grab a jacket. Maybe try getting Ice 9 Kills Ex Mortis song. I've had that thought. I've had that thought. You know how freaking cool that would be? Oh. The groovy flipper can auto-trap the ball and shoot the shot to the hand on its own. I don't know if we're that good. I don't know if we're that good that we could figure that out. Hide in the cellar. Okay, so let's go in the poll real quick. We're gonna put a poll up real quick to vote on: are you avoiding scary shots, or shots are fighting back? Meaning like everything is popped up and you hit everything. Avoid scary shots. Shots fight back. Duration 1 hour. Post. Okay. Post. There we go. All right, new poll is up. Vote on the poll. Start with that. Ben says we aren't. I'm going to grab a jacket really quick while you guys vote. This is really fun, guys. This is going really well. This is going really well. Hopefully my microphone stays connected while everything popped up and gets easier. Yeah, I feel like you would want to avoid the cellar. Hello.
I was gonna grab you a jacket.
Oh, that's okay. I don't know what one I want.
Do you want the hoodie?
That's okay. Mine or yours?
It's yours.
Okay. Well, I'm taking it. She says it's yours, but it's mine. Aww. How disgusting. All right. Sorry, guys. It's really cold in this room. It's probably less than 50 degrees. All right. A good idea that phase 1 is 1 ball, phase 2 is 2 balls, phase 3 is 3 balls. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I'll jot that down as a general note. Phase 1 equals 1 ball. How can I write that down? Phase 1 equals 1 ball. Phase 2 equals 2 balls. Phase 3 equals 3 balls. All right. D. Miller, yo. All right. Hilton says, recapping some ideas shared. Phase 1 is limited flips, not limited ball. Avoid deadites and captive ball as they steal more flips. Oh, okay. Hitting spinner adds flips. 10 spins equals 2 more flips. That's a very cool idea. Yeah, people were talking about like limited flips is kind of a cool. Phase 1 equals 1 ball and limited flips, okay? We're just jotting stuff down. We can always change it. Having to play in the cellar while avoiding scary shots on upper. Oh, dude, everybody's having some really kick-ass ideas now. Oh, man. There's too many good ideas in here. I can't even keep up. Hitting yellow shots to run away like a scaredy cat. Need to somewhere complete phase 1 by hitting a shot that stalls the ball so you can have a moment and then maybe progress to phase 2. Having to play in the cellar while avoiding scary shots on upper is a really cool idea. Wimp mode should have Ash's health bar going down with bad shots. Phase 2 is the health of the evil. Phase 3. Okay, that's cool. We would have no way of knowing if you successfully knocked it out. A coward meter in phase 1. Okay, so a lot of people are kind of on board with this coward meter thing. Like, you want to hit certain things and build up bravery and not lose it. That ties in very well to the scary stuff. Okay, so yeah, I'm seeing that. That's good. Ben's going to freak out because of all the screens, but it's okay. Okay, so people, sounds like everybody kind of likes yellow shots to build up bravery and escape evil. But if you hit the scary shots, isn't that you getting braver? No, because they're scaring you. Yeah, it's weird. You're building bravery by running away from evil. You know, like that doesn't. This is where you can just be political and be like, you're not running away from evil, you're escaping it, or something. You know. Shotgun shells. Okay, so we're gonna do a meter. I think we're committed to this meter. Phase 1, movie 1, being a wuss. Avoid scary shots. Have shots fight back, groovy flipping on its own. Okay, so we're gonna delete this because that poll is obviously winning. We're going to leave that groovy flipping on its own. So you're going to avoid scary shots. I need to find a good place to set my phone. Oh, over here. Duh. Okay. You're avoiding scary shots. Yellow shots equal good. Building bravery, which we need a bravery meter. Never thought we'd be doing another one of those. Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Can we give Ash Scooby snacks? All right. Yellow shots is good, building bravery. And then scary shots is bad, decreases bravery. It's 50-50 in Discord. Is it? Oh, wait. Oh, wow. Yeah, what the heck? Last I checked, it was like winning. Okay. A third meter and I may revolt. Okay, so yeah, instead of a bravery meter, it's a coward meter. No, because you fill a bravery. We're making you braver. You want to fill a bravery meter. You don't want to decrease a coward meter. Unless you do want to, like, as you hit shots, the meter decreases. This is the really minor stuff that we don't really need to spend a ton of time on in the screen. We're just going to call it a bravery meter for now. Will the yellow shots be roving? Kind of like he had to keep moving to avoid them. So, here's what I'm thinking for the yellow shots, and you guys can kind of tell me what you think. Let me shut that down. Let me pull this up center. Let me turn myself off again. So, if yellow shots increase bravery, here's what we can do. The left and right ramp can always be yellow. Those can always be yellow because we're going to pop these deadites up in front of them to try to trick you, right? So you're going to be thinking, oh, I can go hit that, and you shoot it, and based on how the timing may go, this deadite pops up and blocks you off from getting through there. We'll try and also keep them up quite often. We can actually be very sporadic. They can be very sporadically, like popping up and down, holding for anywhere between 5 to 10 seconds. Like, we can really keep you on your toes about shooting that ramp. And then, of course, we can also have yellow shot being your shotgun shells here. What else could be a yellow shot that would be safe? Spinner rips, center ramp. What's scary? So captive ball equals scary. We know that. Cabin would equal scary too, I would say, right? You don't want to hit the cabin. You don't want to shoot Linda. You don't want to hit any of these. But I think groovy, I think boomstick, I think almost anything else should be good. I think that'll actually be pretty tough to bounce back and forth between. I'm going to jot down real quick what equals scary. Let's jot down real quick. Scary. There's no rhyme or reason to these freaking dots. I'm just writing stuff. Scary shots equal captive ball because it's the Necronomicon. Both deadites. Cabin. Linda. I think we can leave the hand out of it. I don't know, maybe we add the hand? Not sure. Cheryl targets. We may, because we could randomly pop up the Cheryl targets. Cheryl targets, and that would be it. And then we'll just call them good shots for now. I don't really know what to call it. Good shots would equal left and right ramps, spinner, shotgun, center ramp. The reason the spinner and the center ramp are so good for this is it's actually kind of tough sometimes. You could really catch that captive ball going in. When you hit that spinner shot, when you hit that center ramp, you could really catch onto that captive ball on your way through there. So that's kind of tricky at times. Okay, I think you guys are right. I'm seeing a lot of people mention the hand. Cheryl targets. Let's add the hand. Hand. All the stuff that we spent a crap ton of money on. Hand for more time. What if cellar opens at some point randomly? You fall into the basement. You then have to hit several loops. Oh, that's cool. Cellar at random. That's cool. I like that a lot. That's very cool. This is going to be a huge mode. This mode's going to be so huge. Oh, necklace for good. Absolutely. Yes. You're right. Necklace targets. Absolutely. Use good, listen, have or hurt your meter. Okay. So I think this is close to enough for phase one. This is a lot. Because, you know, if we introduce the random cellar moments, you fall into there and then you have to battle down there, it kicks you back out. And we can really make you work for this too. I mean, we could really make you work for it. Is there anything in particular about how movie one ends that we want to do to transition well into movie two? Phase one, he is a wimp staying alive before he starts to become a badass. Phase two. Oh, that's a cool idea, yeah. If the cellar does catch you, it needs to laugh after it does. Cellar at random, it laughs after it catches you. Yeah, because you can hit that, and it'll close, and then it'll come back up and be like, ha 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 ha, and then you're down there. That's a really cool idea. I don't know why we don't already do that sometimes. What a great idea. Who had that? Grim Void. That's cool, dude. So, I'm seeing notes of people are like, oh, but in phase one, you should be, like, we want to have the, I think in phase two, you can kind of flip this and then you can start attacking these mechanisms because you're less afraid. What we could do is hone in and focus in phase two on individual pieces as you're like one piece at a time getting braver and braver in dealing with it. That might be kind of cool. Him screaming on his knees, fades to black. So yeah, it would be great to use the ending of movie one. The whole movie two is still just playing in the background here. Here, give me 1 second. Let's close down the play field real quick here, and let's jump to the end of the movie real quick. And so your bravery shots, you know, we'll cycle through all these sequences of him doing a little better throughout the movie, you know. Oh, I know what we should do. Oh. Okay. Here's what we do. And this is Bruce Campbell's idea. So this still doesn't count as mine. So How does movie 1 end? We all know how movie 1 ends. He's about to get absolutely Mick-blasted. So, here's what we do, guys. All right, Bruce Campbell has talked about this in interviews before, of how you can watch movie 1 and 2 simultaneously. When the evil blasts into him, you cut right from him doing that, and then it throws him through the woods. We can go right into that. That would be really cool. So, hear me out, guys. Like, we go right from this blasting into him. You go right from that right into
Workshed.
Yeah. We can like super cut them right into each other. Okay, it sounds like some of you guys were trying to say this and I just wasn't understanding. Yes! That is so cool. We can tie them together exactly like Bruce Campbell freaking says you're supposed to. That link was the interview. That's the way. Yeah, guys. Dude, that's so cool. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So, phase 1 ends getting blasted by evil. Transition into phase 2, flying through the air. Okay. So, we're picking up right from there. We're picking up right from here. Phase 2, and we can like show your meters and stuff while this is playing in the background. We can kind of like let this run. So yeah, he goes right into evil from here. I think Ben's right. I think we should skip this part. Oh, this is cool. We don't really use any of this. Unless a big part of phase 2 is you fighting becoming evil. So like you're becoming more badass, but you don't want to become evil. Like maybe evil takes over you and you have to get rid of it. I think somebody had that idea earlier. In fact, I know somebody had that idea earlier. Keep up the good work, Spooky. You guys are awesome. Oh, you guys are awesome. This is your guys' mode. That's already a mode, though. Yeah, you're right. It is. But I think that this could be passive. So, like, yeah, that's the whole point of that mode, though. What I'm saying is, when you're playing, you have this main objective, which is do badass shit, or become more badass throughout this whole mode. But if you're screwing up and hitting things you shouldn't be, or taking too long, the evil can take over you, and then you gotta shoo it away so you can get back to doing badass stuff. That's more so what I'm saying. I want to battle the trees. All right. How are we starting into how are we getting into phase 2 here, guys? How are we doing this? I need some more water. I'm thirsty. I'm so freaking hungry. I haven't had dinner. How are we getting into phase 2 here, guys? So we know you're getting more cool, right? Like it's all the cool stuff that he does, we're going to highlight. You getting more cool. so we don't fail out of the mode. You were building up your weapons. Oh, that's cool. Where was that at?
I don't think so. We just cut up our girlfriend with a chainsaw.
About groovy to finish. Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Does that sound fine?
The movie made $29.4 million at the box office and had 300. Oh, that's a really cool idea too. Hold on, we're gonna write that down. Write that down. Write that down. All right. Scoring. Incorporate. Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated. 29.4 million and 375,000. We're gonna incorporate that somehow. Okay, I'm gonna jot down building up weapons because that was a cool idea. Get shotgun and chainsaw. Getting the chainsaw sounds cool. Phase 1 is a challenge, but safe-ish. Make those scores the jackpots and. Yeah, I was gonna say I think jackpots should be 29.4 million. I think this mode should score a shit ton of points. Okay, let's recap a little bit. How does he get back to the cabin after he gets blasted into the woods? Did I go back too far? He drives back. Or no, he's trying to get out of here, and then we hit the no!
I gotta get a grip of myself here.
So then, is this the running sequence? I always get like back up confused between when the running sequence is. Also, 12 minutes into this movie is crazy. And he's on foot. Yeah, so this is the chasing through the cabin. Delta 88 mode. Ben, what are you talking about? I don't know about a Delta 88 mode. What are you talking about, Ben? Okay. I'm kind of struggling, guys. What are we doing? Do we want to run from evil and then build up weapons? Is that the general direction? Like, should we run from evil first before we start building up our weapons to get groovy? Build up your weapons to get groovy. Okay, that's a good way to summarize phase 2. You build up your weapons to get groovy. Run. Phase 1 ends hitting all groovy targets on the shot. Yeah, that's the thing is we already, Chased by Evil and Evil Ash are both modes already. Huh. We got enough chase modes. Okay, so we don't want to do the chase then.